Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News fans. Here is a fact-based summary of the story contents. Here is a simplified version of the story contents. Here is a lighthearted take on the story contents. Since Kelsey Anderson appeared on The Bachelor Season 28, her modeling career has taken off, but will it interfere with wedding planning? 26-year-old Kelsey met 30-year-old Joey Graziadei on night one of his season, along with 31 other women who were hoping to win his heart. The season was historical in that it was the biggest number of contestants to ever compete in a season, so Kelsey had lots of challengers. Joey liked Kelsey right away, and their bond deepened with time. Though the competition was stiff, Kelsey won Joey's heart, his final rose, and a diamond engagement ring. The Bachelor Season 28 ended with Joey putting a ring on Kelsey's finger, followed by the two riding off into the sunset together. Since leaving the show, they've both left behind their former careers to become public figures and social media influencers. The drop-dead gorgeous Kelsey has also been quietly building a modeling career, and it seems to be going very well for the reality TV star. She worked with swimwear giant Cupshe to create her own line of swimsuits, and she recently wore her designs in a major fashion show. Kelsey has her own line of swimsuits. She recently collaborated with a major swimwear retailer. The life Kelsey lived before joining the cast of The Bachelor Season 28 changed completely after her stint on the show. Before reality television fame came calling, she was a junior project manager in New Orleans, Louisiana. Now she's a prominent influencer with a massive social media following, who has been quietly growing an impressive portfolio. Kelsey currently boasts 879K followers on Instagram and 815K followers on TikTok. Joey's no slouch at 440K followers on TikTok and a whopping 1 million Instagram followers. Kelsey recently announced an exciting new partnership with Cupshe and posted an Instagram video of herself wearing swimsuits she helped the brand design. Partnering with a major swimwear brand must be a dream come true for the beauty influencer. While Kelsey often posts about her relationship with Joey, she also often posts about beauty and fashion. So this is the perfect partnership for the Bachelor Season 28 star. Kelsey walked in Miami Swim Week. Kelsey recently wore her swimwear designs on the runway during Miami Swim Week, and she posted the clips to Instagram. It's wild to think that back when I was living in New Orleans, I used to dream about coming to Miami and auditioning for Swim Week one day, read Kelsey's caption. Fast forward to this weekend. Walking in the Cupshe show, it still doesn't feel real. The cutest part of the video is at the end of the fashion show, when Joey appears on the catwalk to give his fiancé a large bouquet of flowers. Kelsey and Joey are planning their wedding. After being engaged for well over a year, Joey and Kelsey recently revealed when they'd be getting married. During a recent interview with Sports Illustrated Swimsuit, Joey and Kelsey revealed they'd like to tie the knot during the summer of 2027. The Bachelor Season 28 stars confessed they wanted to do it in 2026, but felt overwhelmed by how soon it felt like it was. "We really don't want to be stressed," Kelsey said. With Kelsey so busy working with Cupshe and strutting down fashion runways, one wonders when she'll find time to plan a whole wedding. Long before roses, red carpets, and reality TV fame, Kelsey Anderson had a dream. Not the dream of finding love on national television, although that certainly came true, but a dream sewn into the fabric of her childhood. Growing up in New Orleans, surrounded by soulful jazz and steamy bays, Kelsey spent her afternoons perched in front of the family's vintage TV set, watching National Geographic documentaries. While other girls played dress-up, she wrote letters to Jane Goodall and pretended to host her own wildlife series in the backyard, narrating squirrel chases and hummingbird sightings into her dad's old camcorder. "I want to work with animals when I grow up," she would proudly tell anyone who asked. Her parents smiled, amused, supportive, but assumed it was a phase. It wasn't. Even when life took her in unexpected directions, beauty pageants, modeling gigs, and eventually reality TV fame, Kelsey never stopped dreaming, but she did put it on hold. Until now. Chapter 2. Post-Bachelor Bliss, or so it seemed. After a whirlwind season of The Bachelor, Kelsey found herself engaged to Joey Graziadei, America's sweetheart. Their chemistry was undeniable, their finale moment one of the most viewed in franchise history. Joey got down on one knee at a romantic beachside altar, holding out the ring with a trembling hand, asking for her forever, and she said yes. It should have been the happiest time of their lives, and on the surface it was. The post-show press tour, the magazine covers, the appearances on Live with Kelly and Mark. They were the golden couple Bachelor Nation rooted for. But beneath the surface, real life had begun to sneak in, with all its complications. Kelsey wasn't just Joey's fiancé, she was still herself, and that meant unfinished dreams knocking at the door of her new reality. Chapter 3. An Unexpected Email. The message arrived in her inbox on a quiet Wednesday afternoon. She was curled up on the couch with Joey, rewatching an old season of Survivor for fun. Wedding planning was on pause after a slight disagreement about guest count. Joey's extended family in Philly was large, and Kelsey had promised herself not to obsess over vendors for at least a day. Then she saw it. Subject: Fellowship Opportunity, Wildlife Conservation International. From Dr. Marisol Vega. She blinked, sat up. Joey paused the show. "You okay?" he asked. She clicked the email open, heart thudding. It was from a world-renowned wildlife rehabilitation program she had applied to 2 years ago, before The Bachelor, before everything. She never thought she'd hear back, and yet here it was. A spot had opened, and she had been selected. A 6-month conservation fellowship in Costa Rica. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, starting in 6 weeks. She reread the email 3 times. Then she turned to Joey. "I got in," she whispered. His smile faltered. "Into what?" Kelsey's voice trembled as she told him. Chapter 4. The Elephant in the Room. Joey tried to be happy for her. He really did. He asked the right questions, hugged her tightly, and even said, "Wow, babe, that's amazing." But something in his eyes said otherwise. Because this wasn't just a week-long seminar or a quick work trip. This was 6 months in a remote jungle. Limited phone service, no plus ones. And they had just started planning their wedding. The discussion that followed wasn't explosive. It was calm, measured, but heavy with unspoken fears. "Joey, is this really what you want to do, right now?" "Kelsey, it's what I've always wanted to do." "Joey, what about us?" She didn't have an easy answer. Could she pursue her dream and plan a wedding? Could they be engaged and apart? "I love you, Joey," she said softly, "but I can't keep putting this part of me on hold." Chapter 5. Bachelor Nation Reacts. The news leaked within days, as things always do in Bachelor Nation. A fan site spotted Kelsey updating her LinkedIn to include fellowship recipient. Another caught her following Dr. Vega on Instagram. By the weekend, gossip blogs had the headline: Bachelor's Kelsey Anderson to move to Costa Rica for 6 months, trouble in paradise. Reddit threads exploded with theories. Some fans praised her independence. Others accused her of sabotaging her relationship. And still others wondered, was this her way of pulling a Cassie Randolph? The pressure mounted. Joey's DMs filled with "dump her, bro" messages. Kelsey was labeled selfish by radio hosts who only months earlier had called her America's fiancé. But neither of them made public statements. They were still talking, still figuring it out. Privately. Chapter 6. Something had to give. Joey wasn't angry, but he was hurt. They talked about travel, about bucket lists, even about volunteering abroad together. But he'd pictured that post-wedding, not pre. "I just thought we'd be planning our life," he said. Kelsey reached for his hand. "We are, but this is part of mine." He nodded. And what if we grow apart while you're gone? She swallowed hard. Then maybe we weren't meant to stay together. Silence. I don't believe that, she added quickly. But I believe in us enough to think we'll make it through. And that's when Joey said something that surprised them both. Then I'll wait. Chapter 7. Saying Goodbye. 6 weeks flew by in a blur. Kelsey packed her life into 2 suitcases. Joey helped her choose waterproof hiking boots and donated to her fundraiser for the sanctuary's orphan sloths. They spent their final weekend together in Big Sur, far away from the cameras, the fans, and the pressure. Their goodbye at Alex was tearful but hopeful. Joey whispered, "Come back to me." And Kelsey, eyes shining, promised, "I will." As she boarded the flight to San Jose, a question still lingered in both their hearts. What would their relationship look like in 6 months? Chapter 8. Life in the Wild. Costa Rica was everything Kelsey had dreamed, and more. She woke up to howler monkeys, trekked through rainforests, cared for injured toucans and baby tapirs. She learned Spanish, lost her phone twice in the mud, and made lifelong friends with fellow conservationists. But she also missed Joey. Terribly. They FaceTimed when they could, wrote letters when internet failed, sent voice memos describing their days. Joey from his beach apartment in Santa Monica, Kelsey from a hammock under a mosquito net. Their bond didn't weaken, it deepened. She saw how much he supported her, how proud he was, how he wasn't trying to hold her back. He was waiting patiently until they could start their life together. Chapter 9. A Surprise Twist. By the 5th month, things took a turn. Not a breakup, not a scandal, but another email. This time, it was Joey. Subject: Let's get married somewhere wild. Attachment: a scanned brochure for a conservation eco-lodge in Costa Rica. The message read, "What if we didn't wait? What if we got married here? Not in a ballroom with a guest list we can't agree on. Just you, me, and a few capuchin monkeys crashing the ceremony. Think about it." Gee. Kelsey burst into tears. She had thought this might delay their wedding. Instead, it had made their love stronger and more authentic. She called him immediately. "Are you serious?" she asked. "As serious as I was when I gave you that final rose." Chapter 10. The Jungle Wedding. 2 weeks later, under a canopy of emerald leaves and golden sunlight, Kelsey and Joey said, "I do" in front of 20 guests, a mix of family, friends, and the fellowship crew who had become her second family. There was no cathedral-length veil, no dance floor, no champagne tower. Just a white sundress, a linen shirt, rings exchanged with muddy hands, vows whispered over the roar of cicadas. And joy, so much joy. Epilogue: What comes after? Their wedding photos, once leaked, went viral. Not for their extravagance, but for their sincerity. Fans swooned. Bachelor Nation rejoiced. Kelsey completed her fellowship with honors. Joey stayed for an extra month. They hiked volcanoes and built an eco-cabin retreat to return to each year on their anniversary. In an exclusive People cover story, Kelsey summed it up best. "Everyone thought my dream would interfere with our wedding. But the truth is, it brought us closer. I didn't have to choose between love and purpose. I just had to find someone who saw both as part of me. And that's Joey."